global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. It's good or great news for Southeasterners as finally Honorable Ugochinyere have decided to put smiles in the faces of Southeasterners. But this time around, he's bringing a bill that will indeed favor the Southeasterners, and this is the creation of one extra state, and he's beckoning on his colleagues, of course, to look at the bill and see how they can push it into the second reading. That's already passed the first reading. He is the main sponsor, of course, it's co-sponsored by other lawmakers, and he's looking at having a state being crafted out from Imo, Abia, and of course Anambra. And instead of the 36 states, we are looking at 37 states because all regions already have at least 60 states, except for Southeast that have only 5 states. And he's saying that they should amend the constitution to favor them. My colleague is in the house, but let's quickly look at the 28 local government areas inserted in this new paragraph. He looked at government areas like Olo, Oso, Oru East, Ideato North, Ideato South, Njamba, Ikwere, Nkwere, Wangali, Isu, Agota, Ohajebema, Onu Ihiala, Uga, Ihiala, Oli, Ozobolo, Akụkọ, Arondizọgụ, Ụmụchu, Ụmụeze, Ụmụnze, Ụmụakụ, Nidiato North, Nwabusi West, Nwabusi East, Owerri Nkoji, Aloma, Amaifike, and Owerri Umuowa. And this is all coming from Honorable Ugochinyere. Of course, that's passed through the first reading. First reading is open for a second reading, and he stated that the creation of Olu State, that's the name of the state, would lead to the emergence of Ideato as a senatorial district. It should be noted that all the geopolitical zones in Nigeria have at least 6 except for Southeast. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on this latest development?
No, Ikenga Ugochinyere had always been a very daring young man. Even when he wasn't in politics, we saw several times how he will come out to challenge things in PDP. We see several times he will come read about a lot of things. He wasn't someone that will hide behind and pretend as if he doesn't know what the problem is, and that should be a big challenge to other southeastern senators and House of Rep members. When you go in to represent people, you must look for something epic to do. You understand? You need to look for something very important to do, such that your people will not forget about you. Now, for example, Abaide has been around. I'm not castigating him, but however, this is a constructive criticism that he needs to look into. He's been around for how many years? Nothing really visible.
No, he's been trying.
He's been trying, but I'm talking about something very epic. Yeah, he's been vocal on issues around, but we're talking about something that you can drag back to Southeast and say, this is the thing I have been able to achieve that will stand the test of that. Now, for example,
but is Abaide the only Southeastern senator?
He's not the only, but he has been almost the longest staying. Ojuzo Kalu also is there. There are other guys that are there. We're talking about people who will impact and change the narrative when it comes to, because Southeast, let's tell ourselves the truth, they have been in the map of Nigeria, but somehow it seems as if they are squeezed and kept somewhere. You understand? When it comes to national politics. And I think that's what Ikenga is trying to do. That how can other 6 geopolitical zones have 6 states? And they gave us only 5.
And we're supposed to be a major,
you understand?
Tribe.
So right now, I know that there's going to be a lot of shortfalls here and there. There are going to be a lot of issues with this.
I'm already seeing issues.
Because number one, Imo State governor, all of them would have desire to have
the whole
proper consultation with him.
No.
All the senators need to have come together and they consult and talk about it before bringing it to the table. Because right now, it's a way of extracting from the 3 states, which the governors of those 3 states may not be ready, to allow such to fly.
Now, Ikenga and Hope Uzodinma, they're not even on the same page.
Exactly.
They're not on the same page.
And unfortunately, this is coming from PDP. It's not even coming from APC. So
which governor want to reduce his power? Because by doing that, it's going to take some part of Imo local government areas that would reduce his powers then. I'm referring to now to Hope Uzodinma. Now, there's some places he mentioned that is very oil rich.
Okay.
That is, in fact, one of the places that Imo State leverage on strongly to be an oil state and has gas. And that is, I think he mentioned it in his, that's
The list of the local government.
Haji Ebema.
Okay.
Haji Ebema is very oil rich. And some of the gas reservoir of gas that Imo have been boasting about also, some of the local government are also enlisted in some of the places he's crafting in as a state called Ideato. And if you watch Ikenga properly, Ikenga will likely have to be among the he will be moving with the new states.
Of course, he had mentioned it now that will be his senatorial district.
Now, if he's moving with the new state and he's a senator, it's just no common sense that they will have to get a governor.
Of course, a
and
governor
he looks more like someone who can. So have you now seen that we all look at this stage at the broader picture? It looks like it's a big thing, but if you look at it from the myopic picture, you realize that it has its own personal benefits.
Be that as it may, we're looking at it beyond the now. Even if
Ugochinyere, do you think Imo will let go of Haji Ebema, where they have the biggest oil wells?
It depends. It depends. Now, first thing first, I feel that if I believe before rolling out this particular bill, he must have carried out adequate consultation with his colleagues, because if the colleagues push this bill to second reading and he's given an opportunity to talk on it, it passes the second reading and he's given an opportunity to talk on it, I think he can get something out of it. But then don't forget that Nigeria as a country is now under the grip of APC, so anything that does not come from APC will not be welcome. And don't forget don't also forget that Bola Tinubu did not have much impact, or did not feel their impact during his election, in 2023. But what I'm seeing here is that a lot of them will turn their back at him. They won't want this thing to fly, because number one, the glory will go to him, and secondly, being who he is, they know that he's going to be he will be a focal person when it comes to the issue of electing a governor. He wants to be a governor of that.
Let's tell ourselves the truth and let's give it to him. He's an aggressive type.
Yeah.
And if not that he started this, or even if they don't align with him, he would definitely push this. He is one of the co-sponsors. He's not the only sponsor, but there's something unique I noticed about all of these local governments. They are actually intertwined. As in, by the time you move down to Oro, you not too far from Oro, you get to see Osu, Oro West. They are actually, even in Jaba, all of them are all close to each other. The local governments are clustered to one another, so it's probably very easy to create a state amongst them.
Very well,
since they are all in one, almost one catchment area.
That's absolutely true. It's easy to do it, but just as we had said before, now who is sponsoring this bill? PDP is sponsoring this bill. But just like someone said, I think a day ago, about the issue of Uzodinma championing the move towards bringing the Igbo states into focus when it comes to leadership at the national level. I think this is the same thing that should be done as it has to do with this new bill that he had introduced. Okay. He should use this opportunity to carry out adequate consultation, because I know that the committee is going to be sitting on this, okay, to look into it. And this will serve as an encouragement to other people, other states, who are longing to have something like this. For example, Cross River State, I think they've been there for a long while, and at least they are expecting that maybe Ugoja State should come out from them and all. That is what I'm perceiving my likelihood. But I know it's going to be a long road for them. But I think they should support him, because
it's a win-win.
Southeast have been left behind in a lot of things. Till today, we are yet to hear if the president has ascended to the bill of Southeast Development Commission. Up till today, we've not heard anything about that Southeast Development Commission, and I don't know why the senators and the House of Rep members are not pushing for it. This thing is very important, so that at least at the end of the day, you can pinpoint one or two things that when you were saving senator, you were able to do it.
All right, let's go wrap it up. We could go on and on. Let's meet in the conversation. What's your take on the new creation of a state in Southeast to make it 6 instead of 5, and it's going to be called Ideato? Do you see it flying, or do you think there's problem ahead? Let's interact now.
Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.